everyone. It's good to be with you virtually for Ask the Rabbi, and I see that you have some questions that you wanted to ask me, and so I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. So I see that you want to know if I know everyone at the temple. First of all, I should just start out by saying I'm Rabbi Weiss, just in case some of you don't know me. And I'd love to get to know each of you better as well. So even though I can't see you back, you could always feel free to drop me an email at rbw@bethany.org and tell me a little bit about yourself and how you're doing. So don't be shy from reaching out. I would love to hear from you guys. That's rbw@bethany.org. All right, so the first question is, do you know everyone at the temple? I know most faces of everyone, but there are still people that I don't know that well because there are over 800 families in our temple. That means there's over 1,000 people in our temple. And I usually get to know families really well when the kids are becoming a bar bat mitzvah, because I spend a lot of time rehearsing with them and writing speeches with them. But I also have an opportunity to get to know families through life cycle events, whether it's a wedding, if it's a sad event like a funeral, when they have a new baby and we have a baby naming. So in fun events, I get to know families as well. And I get to know families that come regularly for Friday night services at temple. But there are still people that I need to know more. And so I think that's the point of Ask the Rabbi, to help you to get to know me, but you're going to have to also help me to get to know you. What am I doing with my time at home, and how am I holding up? Well, what has been very different about me being at home is that I'm home with my two sons, and they are very young. My older son, Ari, just turned 5 this week, and my younger son, Ethan, is 2. So they keep me very busy. So I have been spending my mornings with them, helping them do their Zoom classes. Well, Ethan doesn't have Zoom classes, but Ari does. We've been playing. Today we put together some Legos. We've been listening to all the T-Bands, things that come through on Facebook Live, and getting outside to ride scooters and play with the soccer ball. So I've been very busy with them in the morning. And Ethan just went down to take a nap this Friday afternoon. So gave me a little bit of time to now do some work. And so I spend half the day in my office. This is my office. You can see all my books behind me. And I try to be connected to people at the temple and respond to emails and sit on Zoom meetings. And then I've been doing some new things, though, that I never did before. Like, I never baked or cooked anything before this. Really, never. But last night, my family and I made challah. That was a new experience for me. And we made banana bread, and I made a birthday cake for my son for his birthday. So I've been baking and cooking a lot more, which has been really, really fun. So I'm holding up okay. I have good days and bad days, but I remember that this too shall pass. And this, while it's sad to not be together, that we're going to be together very soon in the future, and I look forward to that. Okay, why did I become a rabbi? Well, my dad was a rabbi, and my brother is a rabbi. So I guess you could say it's a family business. And when I was in high school, Temple Youth Group was really important to me. We were called Crusty, Congregation Rodef Shalom Temple Youth, and I really loved Hebrew school. I went all the way through 12th grade and was a Hebrew school graduate after becoming a confirmation student and after becoming bat mitzvah, and I loved it. And so I've always really loved filling my life with Judaism, living according to the Jewish life cycle, keeping the traditions, learning lessons from the Torah, and I wanted to share the love that I have with everybody else. How long have you worked as a rabbi at TBA, and how long do you think you will stay? Believe it or not, I have been at Beth Ami for 10 years. It's hard to believe that I have been at Beth Ami that long. It is a long, long time. And I really grew up at Beth Ami. I came here after working in Florida for 4 years at a congregation in Naples, which I loved. And then I came here and I met my husband here, who grew up in the area. And we had our first son, Ari, 5 years ago. And then we had Ethan 2 years ago. So they have really grown up as part of the Temple family. And I hope to stay here for a long, long time. I love the community. I think it's such a wonderful, great community. And I love the colleagues, the people that I work with. And so hopefully I'll be here for a long time. How are you doing during this rough time? Well, I started something really new, which is kind of cool. I started something called a gratitude journal. And so every morning I open it up. It's called the 5-minute gratitude journal. And Judaism is really big into giving thanks, having gratitude for all your blessings. So each day I try to list something that I'm thankful for. Then I try to list something that I'm excited for in the day, how I can make that day a great day, and something positive. And then at the end of the day, I mark down what the best part of my day was and how I'm feeling. And it really helps me to appreciate all the wonderful things that happen each and every day. So that's an idea for you. You might want to start your own gratitude journal, and every morning when you wake up, say, Modeh ani lafanecha, thank you, God, and here's what I am thankful for today. It really helps to make me appreciate all those things that I could take for granted. If I was not a rabbi, what would I be? I really don't know. I can't imagine being anything else but be a rabbi. Maybe I would be a teacher, or maybe I would like to be a counselor that work with people and talk to them and help them through their feelings. I really like talking to people. So maybe that's what I'd do if I wasn't a rabbi. What is my favorite Torah portion and why? Well, that is an interesting question. My favorite Torah portion, I think, is, my favorite Torah portion. That's a really good question. I'm going to think about that one for a second. Probably Lech Lecha, because in Lech Lecha, Abraham is called by God to leave everything he knows and go to a place he does not know, and to trust in God, and God will make his name great and will give him many descendants, many children. And what I like about that is that sometimes change is really hard for me. I can get really scared when I have to do things that are different, but I remember how courageous Abraham was, and that he took a chance, and that he went from where he was to someplace different. So I love that model for Lech Lecha, that idea of go forth to the place that you do not know, and I will show you. And that sometimes you got to take new experiences and take some chances and risks, and you never know how it's going to unfold, but it's kind of exciting. So I think that's a really grounding, nice Torah portion. There are some specific questions here too. It says, what are some fun things you've been doing with your family since you began at home? I mentioned that we've been cooking a lot and that we've been biking a lot. Some fun things that we've been doing also are, we have been, what else haven't I mentioned that we haven't been doing? We have some fun things that we have to do. Well, it's kind of cool because my son really likes schedules. We do circle time just like he does at school, and we have a calendar, and every day we make a schedule, and we use emojis so that he can see all the things on the day. And it's kind of fun because sometimes when, we can't control all the things that are happening in the world and it feels really overwhelming, having that calendar is really nice. So, every day kind of starts with the same morning routine of brush our teeth and get dressed and, go downstairs and have breakfast and have milk. And then we think of special activities every day to do. And sometimes we have to be flexible because things don't go according to plan, but it's been kind of fun making our own schedule and coming up with some new art projects. We made a birdhouse. We made masks. We made dinosaur clay figures. So just kind of doing things differently that we haven't been doing. And then I love this next question. Why is the eternal light always burning? Well, this is a great question. The Ner Tamid is the eternal light, means tamid, always, and ner is a candle, like the candles we light on Shabbat. And the ner tamid is a sign that God is with us at all times. So God's presence was seen when the people were wandering, when our ancestors were wandering through the wilderness. They had clouds and they had fire, and they would follow God, like as if God was GPS, right? Showing them the way. But then God would appear in fire. Think of the burning bush when Moses first had a connection with God. God appeared in a burning bush that would not be consumed. So this concept of fire. And so it also says in the Torah that each synagogue, each mishkan should have a ner tamid, a light that shows that God's presence is always there. And somebody asked me the question the other day, is the ner tamid burning in the temple even though we aren't there right now, even though we've been doing services from home and online? Well, the answer is yeah. The ner tamid is burning even though we're not there. So it's always burning. God's presence is always with us. Well, thank you guys for these questions. I loved answering them. And if you have any more questions for me, please feel free to email me, as I told you. Would love to talk and chat with you guys and hear what you've been doing, how you've been managing with this very strange time of year. And I hope that I will hear from you all soon. All right, wishing everyone a great week. It was so nice to see you guys.